Hi, welcome to Future Techno's ThinkPads. They are still powerful, still reliable, and still built like tanks. The ThinkPad P16 Gen 2 is proof of that. This is Lenovo's second-generation Intel-based P16, and to its credit, it looks and performs just like the ThinkPads we have known and trusted for the past 25 years. In a world where laptops are getting slimmer and lighter every year, the ThinkPad has chosen its own path. While most manufacturers work hard to shave off a fraction of an inch or reduce a few grams, Lenovo continues to prioritize something else. It focuses on proven hardware, serious durability, and long-term reliability. That is what makes ThinkPads unique. This P16 Gen 2 comes from Lenovo's high-end P-series line. These are workstations built for the heaviest workloads. They are not meant for casual browsing or just office tasks. They are made for serious professionals, the kind of users who need a laptop that can handle demanding software every single day. Security is also a big deal here. Lenovo packs these machines with enterprise-level protection because many of these will end up in the hands of companies, institutions, and organizations where data cannot be compromised. One of the most interesting things about this machine is flexibility. ThinkPads are known for giving you options, and the P16 Gen 2 takes that idea very seriously. This system can be customized in many ways depending on what you need it for. It has both a broad and narrow focus at the same time. Narrow, because it is clearly designed for professional use cases. Broad, because within that professional world, it tries to serve as many industries as possible. Whether you are an architect, a video editor, a scientist, or an engineer, you can configure this system to meet your workload. When it comes to memory, Lenovo gives you more than most consumer laptops ever will. There are 4 DDR5 slots. You can install up to 128 gigabytes of RAM. If your work demands error-correcting memory, you even have the option to use ECC modules. That level of flexibility is rare in laptops. Storage is also just as impressive. You get 2 M2 PCIe Gen 4 slots. If you max them out, you can have up to 8 terabytes of storage in total. You can also run them in RAID 0 or RAID 1, depending on whether you want speed or redundancy. That means the P16 can be both a powerhouse and a safe place for critical data. The processor choices are also broad. You can pick from 5 different Intel 13th generation HX CPUs. The entry-level option is the i5-13600HX, which has 8 efficiency cores and 6 performance cores. It runs up to 4.8 GHz. On the high end, you can go all the way up to the i9-13980HX, with 16 efficiency cores and 8 performance cores, reaching up to 5.6 GHz. That is serious power, and 3 of these CPU options also come with Intel vPro capabilities. I will explain more about vPro later, but it matters a lot for enterprise users. Graphics are just as flexible. If you are on a tight budget, or if your tasks don't require heavy graphics, you can stick with Intel's integrated UHD graphics. But for most professionals, a discrete GPU is the way to go. Lenovo gives you 5 different NVIDIA RTX options. These GPUs are workstation class, which means they are designed for reliability and stability in professional applications. If you are doing video work, CAD design, or 3D modeling, this makes a big difference. Even if you stick with integrated graphics, Intel QuickSync is there to help with video work. But for serious performance, a dedicated GPU is strongly recommended. The display is another area where Lenovo gives you multiple choices. It is a 16-inch panel with a 16:10 aspect ratio, which is great for productivity. You can pick from 4 different configurations. Every single option has 100% sRGB coverage, factory calibration, anti-glare, and low blue light technology. 3 of them use IPS panels, but if you want the absolute best, you can go for the OLED UHD option. That display offers 400 nits of brightness, full DCI-P3 coverage, HDR 500 True Black, Dolby Vision support, and touchscreen capability. For creative professionals, that is a dream. Above the screen, you also get a full HD webcam with a privacy shutter. If you need more, you can add an IR camera for facial recognition and human presence detection. When it comes to communication, Lenovo does not cut corners. The P16 Gen 2 has Dolby Voice technology and dual far-field microphones, so your voice is always clear during calls. The speakers are Dolby Atmos certified. They are not going to replace studio monitors, but for meetings, video playback, and even some casual music listening, they perform very well. The ports are another strong area. This laptop is not one of those ultra-thin machines that forces you to carry dongles everywhere. On the P16, you get 2 USB-C Thunderbolt 4 ports, 1 HDMI 2.1 port, a 3.5mm headphone jack, 1 USB-C Thigh-Bandrugen 2 port, 2 USB-A 3.2 Gen 1 ports, and an SD Express 7 card reader. There is also an option for a smart card reader. The only real disappointment here is the lack of an Ethernet port. Many thin laptops drop Ethernet because they are too slim, but the P16 is more than thick enough to include one. For professionals who rely on wired connections for speed and stability, this feels like a missed opportunity. Of course, you can always use an adapter, but still, a built-in port would have been ideal. For wireless connectivity, the base model gives you Intel Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.3. If you want more, you can add 4G LTE and even NFC. Lenovo knows that professionals work everywhere, and they want to make sure you can stay connected no matter where you are.